All right, so I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have this just be a three-part series concerning the current what's going on with the Redskins right now, and so I'm gonna finish this three-part series with a discussion of who general manager candidates could possibly be. And we know obviously they're not going to hire one until after the draft. Give Ron Rivera this draft to get. It's not a ton of picks. Give him one off season to kind of go out and get the free agents that he wants, sign the undrafted free agents that he wants, and the draft picks. So that way, in 3 years, when if the team is doing well or not, he will receive the blame or credit for it, and he can't say anything that you didn't go out and get the guys that I wanted. So let's go with Dwayne Haskins, Sean Hamilton, Ryan Anderson, Jonathan Allen. Did I say Deron Payne? Okay. I'm lumping all the Alabama guys into one thing. And here's what I'm going to say about them. And before I begin, let me say something about Dwayne Haskins. He has not shown anywhere near enough to prove that he is the answer at quarterback. In fact, I would use the second overall pick in the draft on Justin Herbert to come in and compete with him. I don't think Dwayne Haskins has shown anything. Nothing. He did, I would say, not even an average job when you consider he had 7 interceptions for 7 touchdown passes. Okay, I don't think Dwayne Haskins is a pro quarterback. I think he's a journeyman at best. I think Haskins is a Jason Campbell all over again. Do you want to go through 6 more years of Jason Campbell? That's what Dwayne Haskins is. Dwayne Haskins is Jason Campbell. Okay, so I said that. We just leave that there. Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Sean Hamilton, Ryan Anderson. All I could say is, are you kidding me? Matt Ioannidis is the one who ends up getting named as an alternate for the Pro Bowl. Okay. You hear everybody saying, oh, the Redskins' defensive front is set. No, they're not. If there's any problems with the Redskins' defense, it's not the D-line. Yeah, it is. Let me tell you something about football. For anybody out there listening who understands anything about football, when your defensive line is good, the other team's quarterback does not have all day to throw the football. There's 2 reasons to know that the defensive line is not playing that well. A, when Daniel Jones faced the Redskins, both times he had a career day because he had no pressure. Okay? Secondly, if your defensive line is getting the kind of pressure you're supposed to in order to win games, you don't need great secondary people. Because when the quarterback has a limited time to throw the football, the DBs don't have to cover as long. And you can have average defensive backs out there by themselves or with someone who is about as good as they are, and they can cover pretty good, even get turnovers. I'm going to say this, and I don't care whether fans like it or not. Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen aren't that good. They're not. If you look at them, they're not that big. Okay? Let me tell you why. Because the reason why these 2 guys fell to the Redskins in the first round is other people passed on them. Huh? Other people passed on them. They were even talking about it when the draft was going on. Before the draft. People were saying in the mock drafts that the Redskins would probably get Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne at their not even top 10 pick. Because Nick Saban wears the heck out of these guys when they're at Alabama. He kills these guys at Alabama. And this is known this is common knowledge. Everybody said that anybody comes out of Alabama has no upside. Because Alabama, Nick Saban, works these guys to death when they're at Alabama. And because of this, they come out worn out, injured, fatigued, whatever. And because of the fact that Saban has them almost to their ceiling of development when they leave Alabama, that what you see is what you get when these guys are drafted. I see Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen playing well in spurts, but they're not dominant. You tell me that these two were both number one first round picks, and you got a 3-13 record to show for it. And these aren't rookies. These aren't rookies. Let me see. Allen's been in the league 3 years now. Payne's 2. Because Haskins was their mistake last year. So, I don't see it. I don't see it in Ryan Anderson. Are they smart? Are these guys high character? Absolutely. I think Hamilton and Anderson and Allen and Payne are all very high character guys who you can let your babysit your kids. But they are out of gas. And the other thing you have to realize is this, is that when you're in the NFL, every game, you're going up against one of the best people in the business. Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne are not at Alabama anymore. And it shows. They are not getting pressure on the quarterback. They got killed by any decent team they played. They beat Miami. They beat who? The Lions and the Panthers. All below average teams this year. They didn't beat anybody. They got beaten by bad teams. I don't think if a real GM is in the building, I'm making a trade. And I'm getting rid of one of the two of them. And I'm also trying to find a way to get rid of Ryan Anderson too. I think Hamilton's a decent linebacker, but he's not great. I think Anderson is below average as a linebacker. Obviously, the Redskins, because of Bruce Allen, drafted him to play a position that he's not even supposed to be in. Ryan Anderson is not an edge rushing linebacker. He's not an outside linebacker in a 4-3-4 defense. He's not a very good middle linebacker, or maybe he would have played there. Let's accept this question. You have a 3-4 defense. That means 2 middle linebackers. How come Ryan Anderson wasn't one of them? Because he stinks. Is he smart? Yeah. Does he use his head? Yeah, he understands the game. He isn't any good. I would never have drafted Ryan Anderson. I would have drafted Jonathan Allen. If I'm going to keep one of these three guys, I'm going to keep Daron Payne. Because he has more size. And about as much athleticism as Allen does. Yes, I'm here to tell you that all the Alabama guys on defense for this team are average. And I already said what I wanted to say. How many minutes has it been? 9. Yeah. Oh, Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins. No Ohio State quarterback has ever succeeded in the NFL. And the only reason why he was drafted by this football team is because Snyder was able to kick around Bruce Allen. When the Redskins signed Doug Williams all those years ago, Joe Gibbs did not go out and sign Doug Williams because he's black. He signed him because he was available and he was a good fit for that offense because that offensive line was incredible. Dan Snyder needs to stop going out and trying to find a black quarterback for this team. Dan Snyder needs to stop going out and finding a black quarterback for this team to relive Doug Williams. Dwayne Haskins will not succeed as a starter for this team because of why he was picked. Did he show anything? No. He so far has shown a basic understanding of the offense, but he still couldn't get the job done. I'm not saying that we don't continue to give him a chance. Of course we do. He's only at the end of his first year. But we got to sign or pick someone in the draft to compete with him for that starting job. Okay. Stop it.